software update talk. Because again, when mindset is as important as it is, like 95% of what we're doing is subconsciously happening for us already. It's really important to know what of those things I need to control and then how to do it.
So consider this. If the assumption was that you could be, do, or have anything that you wanted, how would that change the way you operate today?
And if my personal life and my writing life are good, then those serve as ballasts to help keep me in a good spot.
I had to launch a book in English. So it's basically, I take the things that have worked in English and I try and, convert them to working in German.
The cover on the left has no emotion. The colors are drab and the baby isn't smiling. Why would anyone be interested in this book?
The way that Kickstarter works, and the reason that it works, is because it works on the principles of entrepreneurship that every other non-creative industry has had to deal with forever.
Yeah. We're all different. We'll have different personality types. And so you should try to seek people who complement you, right?
You want to sell 1 million books. That's why you're here, right? You want to sell 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 copies of your book. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to save the whales, Dave. I'm here to make money.
Is budget, right? If you're going to work with a professional writer in the role of a ghostwriter, right, where they're going to be primarily responsible for the drafting of a full manuscript, work with someone who's credible and competent. That's going to be, anywhere, in the low end, $10,000, $15,000 for a smaller book to, 100,000 plus. And you have to be in a position to say, do I have the capital? Is this a priority for me to invest in that? And the answer for some people is going to be yes.
And so it's going to be this masterpiece. It's going to be amazing. But then, I write my first draft and it looks like this.
If you can identify what readers love, including the tropes and the style of writing and that kind of thing, it makes marketing so much easier.
I think what's really important is not let the non-achievement of your daily word count grind you down.
Being an indie author means wearing a wide variety of hats.
But as time goes on, you have to stop thinking about what you as a creator want and also factor in what you as the CEO of your company wants. And so you may have a cover that you love, and yet time is showing you that the readers that you want to reach are not connecting with the cover in the way that you want them to, and it's lowering your revenue.
I wish people knew it was different every day. I can say to someone, I have this chronic pain condition, or I'm neurodivergent, and one day that might mean I can't do anything, but the next day might mean I can do everything and, almost everything, and people wouldn't know.
You embed your brand promise inside your book. And a reader has a satisfying experience with that book. So they found your book, they read your book, they like your book. Where you see real momentum in an author brand is underlying word of mouth.
you will often spend the most money on editing at the beginning. Like I think I hired 4 different editors for my first novel, Pentecost, which became Stone of Fire, because you just learn so much. But yeah, we still, both of us, use editors, and they're just fantastic, and you just get better every time.
When I started publishing books a decade ago, many of these books did not exist. Instead, and unfortunately, Black characters were simply the sidekicks, never the star. I made a conscious decision to change that, and I started to create the books I wished I had as a kid.
Morning, I will be Mark the writer, and I'll write my books to the best of my ability. In the afternoon, however, I'm not a writer anymore. I'm a business person, and I'm selling something. So it could be the book that I'm working on. It could be the backlist that I've built up over the years.
I think one of the eureka moments is actually realizing there's not necessarily going to be a eureka moment.
These are 3 practices that I use. Your practices don't have to be the same, but you do have to have a play, a rest, and a work practice.
So I thought I would just go all in on Wattpad, and I think that strategy worked out for me.
We're going to have more time in our hands. And I'd like to think that if we have more time in our hands, we'll have more time in our hands to do the human things and leave the things which machines do very, very well to themselves.
Encouraging readers to sign a petition or raise awareness in some way of an issue that matters to you, of something that you feel strongly about. So these are all simple, easy examples.
If I'm on having a hard day or a bad day, or something goes wrong, I still think to myself, this is the dream job. I love this job. I love everything about this, and it just makes me think. I always have a memory of shifts that went completely south, and when I think of those, I'm like, oh no, I've never had a bad writing day that even compares to the least bad day in the hospital.